ambulance, 75-year-old male, back pain. It's 211 Silver Hollow Road, between Lane Road and Crosspatch Road.
Police arrest 2 men linked to the broad daylight assassination of controversial businessman Mark Lifman. The alleged underworld kingpin was shot and killed in a parking lot at the Garden Route Mall in George on Sunday. Lifman was expected to appear at the Western Cape High Court today with other alleged underworld figures.
Alleged underworld boss Mark Lifman was gunned down on Sunday in the parking lot of Garden Route Mall in George.
On November 3rd, 2024, Mark Lifman, a 57-year-old man, was gunned down in the parking area of the Garden Route Mall in George. But who exactly was Mark Lifman, and why did this incident befall this man? Well, many might not know, but Lifman was a prominent figure in South Africa's alleged organised crime circles.
Now, Modak's rivals Mark Lifman and Jerome Boyson appeared in a separate courtroom with a dozen others on multiple gang-related charges.
With an estimated net worth of over 100 million rand, Lifman was involved in the alleged underworld battles for the control of nightclubs, and he had been charged with the murder of Brian Weinstein, who was gunned down in his Constantia home in August of 2017. You see, he built his business empire by investing in numerous sectors, including property development, horse racing, nightclubs, and fashion. Even still, his wealth has recently come into question following his numerous run-ins with the law, especially on his allegations of tax evasion. You see, Mark was born on the 19th of May 1967. This would make him 57 at his time of murder. With the little that we do know about Mark's early life, we do know that he attended Sea Point Boys High School, and he then served some time in the military for a short while. After leaving the military, Mark would then start his business ventures. Lifman established himself as one of the most prolific businessmen in South Africa. One of his earliest businesses was in the South African fashion industry. He reportedly used his powerful connections to make inroads into the industry, eventually becoming one of its significant players. Mark is also a huge investor in the horse racing business. He is said to breed some of the best racing horses in South Africa.
So we've got Nafiz Modak. He's a man from Cape Town on the one side, and according to police investigators, his rival is a man by the name of Mark Lifman. Both of them are from Cape Town, and both of them say they are businessmen. They have also both been accused of crimes which they've denied.
And unsurprisingly, Mark's involvement with the nightclub industry has often led to accusations of his part in the country's organized crime gangs. You see, over the past few years, Lifman has been charged with murder, tax evasion, blackmail, and extortion. You see, in 2019, the businessman clashed horns with SARS, the South African Revenue Services of South Africa. The taxman alleged that Lifman had refused to pay outstanding taxes amounting to a whopping 388 million rand.
So he will not even appear. They've decided not to prosecute him at this stage. I understand that they wish to do further investigation and then make an informed decision. This is from the prosecuting authorities. The whole matter is a travesty of justice. That Mr. Lifman was arrested in the first place without a warrant of arrest is wrong.
In October 2022, a trial hearing involving Mark Lifman, Jerome Boyson, and another co-accused in the murder of Brian Weinstein was postponed to July 2023. In the case, the state alleges that Mark financed the murder of Weinstein while Boyson benefited from the illegal steroid business that Brian left behind. And this deleting for hire would, unbeknownst to Mark, haunt him, because on Sunday, the 3rd of November, tragedy would strike.
The two South Africans have been charged with premeditated murder. They were arrested in Uniondale on Sunday, a few hours after the shooting, tracked down through CCTV footage and assistance from other crime prevention agencies.
Now, two men appeared in court today for the murder of alleged underworld boss Mark Lifman. They were arrested on Sunday. Lifman was gunned down outside the Garden Route shopping mall on Sunday just before noon.
You see, according to the Cape Argus, Lifman was allegedly lured to his death after receiving a call to go to the Garden Route Mall in George, where he arrived without his bodyguards. Shortly after arriving at the Garden Route Mall parking lot, Lifman is believed to have been shot 5 times and unfortunately perished at the scene. The people who were responsible for the shooting of Mark were allegedly nabbed hours later in Uniondale and made their first appearance in George Magistrate Court on Tuesday.
One of the accused was a member of the SAPS Special Task Force until the late 90s and then went into private security.
Now we can confirm that one of them was one of our members who left the police somewhere in 1998 or something from the Special Task Force. But he's been away from the police for some time. He's not been in the police for a very long time. And what we believe is that he's worked for PP security in Cape Town. That's what we know for now.
Gert and Johannes Jacobs were charged with Lifman's murder, and during the proceedings, the duo asked to be held in solitary confinement as their case was postponed to November 13th for a bail information hearing. The gunman driving a white VW Polo shot Lifman and fled the scene. Video footage has subsequently surfaced and it shows that they changed their license plates before they were arrested in Uniondale in the Western Cape. However, while he continuously maintained to only be a businessman, Lifman was embroiled in many cases, including murder. Lifman dipped his fingers in many pies, including the property market, horse racing, the fashion industry, and the private security. At the time of his murder, Lifman was out on bail and he was even expected to appear in the Western Cape High Court, where he, the main accused, and several others, including the alleged leader of the Sexy Boys gang, Jerome Boysen, are charged for the murder of Brian Weinstein. It seems as though after all of this, Mark's actions have finally caught up with him. Be it his failed hit on a 28 gang leader, Ralph Stanfield, or him allegedly sexually abusing 7 underage boys, or him being wrapped up in Cape Town's nightclub controversies, it seems as though Mark Lifman's life was filled with controversy. But let us know what you think about this tragic case in the comments section below.